There's a brand new extension for OpenClaw with a huge list of skills that you can automatically install directly into OpenClaw, right? And it's called Awesome OpenClaw Skills. As you can see right here, this is a GitHub with tons of different skills that you can automatically install. For example, for images and video generation, apps, notes, data analysis, AI and LLMs, etc. You see all sorts of crazy stuff that you can add inside here. And this just makes your OpenClaw 100 times more powerful. And most people have no idea it happened. So there are now over 2,868 free community built skills available for your OpenClaw. And you want to think of skills like apps for your phone, except instead of downloading apps to play games or check the weather, you're downloading superpowers for your AI assistant. Skills that let OpenClaw book things, search the web, build websites, control your smart home, generate videos, manage your calendar, and that's just scratching the surface. In this curated list of the best 2,868 skills, the ones that community actually uses and trusts, organized by category. So for example, you got marketing, coding, automation, research, communication, even gaming. There is a skill for basically anything you can think of. And the best part, you can install these pretty quickly, which is what we'll test out today. We're going to go through this list live together now, find the hidden gems, install them live, and see what they can actually do. By the end of this video, your OpenClaw is going to be doing things it has never done before. Let's get straight into it. One thing that I want to say here quickly before we go into this is that the skills in this list are curated, not audited. So they may be updated or modified or that sort of thing. So you always want to check the skill files. You can use a couple of different options right here for testing this out. So for example, like Agent Trust Hub, you've got the skill security scanner as well. So just be careful before you do install this stuff. But I like to just test things for you and share that. If you don't feel comfortable installing anything, you can just watch my videos and learn from them instead. All right, and get straight into this. I'm going to go over to OpenClaw, as you can see right here, and then let's get started with installing this GitHub. We're going to take the link for the GitHub and I'm going to say install these skills, and that should work. But let's see what it does. Usually when it's installing something big like a GitHub, then it takes a little while. In the meantime, we can actually browse through and see what we've got inside here. So for example, you've got like a skill creator skill, which is for creating effective skills. If you're wondering what each of one of these does as well, actually, this is useful for you. You can always check the skill MD file. So you could just install like one of these skills if you're not sure, etc. But basically, this is a catalog of skills, right? So how this works is like you can take each one of these skills and then you can run this inside OpenClaw and ask it to create this skill directly. If we actually go to OpenClaw to try and install the repo, it says the repo is a catalog, right? So you don't install them all at once. You just pick whichever skill you want to use and then install it from there. So if we go back to the skills list, like for example, this one, if we wanted to install it, we should be able to grab that, copy the information from the page like this, and then say install this skill. And then it says, do you want it installed globally or do you just want it installed inside the workspace? So I'm going to say install it globally. And again, like always check the skills before you install this stuff. You can run it through, for example, Claude, copy and paste the skill MD before you start using it inside OpenClaw and just check, is it okay? Is it legit, etc. Right? Have a look through, see what the skill MD does. So if we go back to OpenClaw here, we can say install it globally. See the copy pasted skill MD file above. So whilst that's waiting to load, let's have a look and see what else we've got on the list. So we've got like multi-coding agents, which allows it to run Codex CLI, Claude Code, OpenCode, or PyCoding. What else we got here? MCP Builder is pretty cool. So it's like a guide for creating high-quality MCPs so that you could use that inside OpenClaw as well. There's all sorts of interesting stuff. These are just coding agents and IDs. You also got, for example, let's have a look through here. We've got ClawBot tools. So like Agent Manager. As you can see, you've got the cost report, so that tracks usage costs, which could be quite useful. The cron job creator, all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, look at this one. This is interesting. The cron job mastery guide. Let's open this up and see what this skill does. So this allows you to master OpenClaw's timing system, so you can use for scheduling reliable reminders, setting up every so often maintenance, and understanding when to use cron versus Heartbeat as well. And then it's got a full guide for OpenClaw on exactly how to use this skill. And then if we go back to OpenClaw, it actually says, do you want me to verify it by reading the skill MD or not? Right. So it's installed the skill here, as you can see, and then we've got that installed directly into OpenClaw. So this is all free for you to use. You've got all these different skills, all this stuff that people have set up to improve it. You've got, for example, like tons of marketing ones as well. So for example, like blog to Kindle, you could create Kindle books using OpenClaw, which is pretty crazy. What else we got here? Email sequence builder. So all sorts of marketing skills. If you're a marketer or you're marketing your business or you're trying to get more customers, this could be really useful. You got the SEO Optimizer Pro skill here. Let's open that up and see how it goes. So we'll take that skill like so, and then we'll go over to OpenClaw and we'll just install that one as well. And we'll say install this. And you can actually see when the skill was last updated as well, which is useful. And then you can see all the documentation guides here. So you've got the changelog, the tags, what the current release does. So for example, for this SEO skill, it can do technical SEO audits, it can do AEO recommendations, content readability analysis, etc. And then you can see all the cool stuff it does here. Right. And then it's installed that. So you can install all of these skills in like one click just by copying and pasting the GitHub link and the information from the GitHub page. And then you can just pick and choose whichever skills you want. I wouldn't recommend choosing them all. I would actually just recommend looking through the list and going, okay, which ones are the most relevant to me, right? So for example, for me, I have an SEO agency. So installing the SEO related skills would make a lot of sense, right? Some other cool stuff that you can see here, you got like Ralph loops as well. What else we got inside the... Yeah, it's all sorts of cool stuff inside here. Calendar and scheduling, that sort of thing. There's so much here. So seems really cool so far. Again, always check the skills before you install them. Pretty simple and easy to use. I've got a full guide on how to use this as well, as you can see right here. But just to recap, this helps you turn OpenClaw into a fully automated business system using the Community Skills Vault, right? Now, what is the Skills Vault? So OpenClaw runs locally on your machine. On its own, it's already powerful, but the Skills Vault makes it more powerful in the best way, right? Think of it like this. OpenClaw is learning new skills and just upgrading all the time, each time you add stuff inside here. So for example, if you're running a business, well, the most useful skills and categories that would be useful for you are, for example, like search, AI, browser automation, marketing and sales, productivity tasks, image and video generation, all sorts of cool stuff like this, right? Now, you might be thinking, okay, why is this different from other stuff? Well, if you've already got OpenClaw, it's powerful and it's useful, but it doesn't have all these skills pre-installed, right? So it doesn't know how to do a lot of workflows. It's just kind of guessing. Whereas each time you add a new skill, you're training on how to do that specific thing. And again, like just be careful when you install this stuff. And if you want a 30-day plan, we've got a 30-day plan with example skills and stuff you can add inside here as well for using this stuff. But yeah, it's really easy to add these.